The Kansas City Chiefs 24 and the New York Jets 3. And a beautiful game at Arrowhead Stadium if you're a fan of the secondary. Props to Chiefs defensive backs coach Emmett Thomas and secondary coach Al Harris. Yes, the Chiefs got 2 coaches in the secondary. You know they got to be damn proud of their players. Marcus Peters, 2 interceptions. Eric Berry, interception. Derek Johnson's a linebacker, but he got an interception. DJ White had his first NFL interception. Looked freaking great doing it. Stepped in front of the receiver, made a great play. I like to see him play more than Phillip Gaines. Daniel Sorensen got his first interception. Beautiful, beautiful play. Ladies and gentlemen, this game didn't have to be as close as it did, but some of the bounces didn't go the Chiefs' way. Let's break it down how it happened. The New York Jets had the ball to start the game. They punted. The Chiefs took over at their own 15-yard line, drove clear down to the New York Jets' 30-yard line, and with the Chiefs facing 3rd and 7, Alex Smith took a big sack. He didn't have to take that sack because if he just throws it away, our kicker, Cairo Santos, lines up for a 48-yard field goal attempt. So the Chiefs, after Smith takes that sack, he's got a punt. So the Jets drive, Marcus Peters, boom, there's your first interception. The Chiefs only have to go 34 yards. For Alex Smith, hit Travis Kelce, who dove in, just reached over the ball and held onto the ball and jumped inside the left pylon for a Kansas City Chiefs 7-0 lead. After each team exchanged a few punts, the Chiefs drove all the way down the field. And with it 1st and goal at the 3-yard line, we tried a wide receiver screen, lost 2 yards. They tried that option, which won the game in overtime. That lost 4 more yards. Consequently, the Kansas City Chiefs had to kick a field goal to go up 10-0. Then, of course, the Chiefs kicked off. Anthony Sherman, boom, made a monster hit. Demetrius Harris picks up the fumble, runs in for a touchdown, 17-0 Chiefs. Total control of the game. Jets went down and got a field goal before halftime, so they stayed close to make it 17-3 at halftime. Then after each team punted, the Chiefs had a beautiful drive hitting Travis Kelce, crossing pattern, a huge gain down to the 25-yard line. We get it all the way down inside the 8-yard line, and Spencer Ware, that's a questionable bogus call if you ask me. I think he got in for a touchdown, but the Chiefs need to be careful on that. Like I said earlier, when the Travis Kelce got his first touchdown, he was reaching. Anytime you take that ball and you reach like that try to reach like that over the pylon, when you put it out like that, you're taking a chance of it getting slapped out of your hand. And when that happened, like I said, the Chiefs are moving the ball at will. Chris Conley was making some great catches. Travis Kelce, when he was lined up wide, he was picking Alex Smith was picking this freaking Jets defensive secondary apart, moving the ball. And for some reason, with 7 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, when Spencer Ware, when they ruled that he fumbled that ball out of the end zone, the Chiefs offense just went into a freaking cocoon, man. What the hell? Because the Jets drove all the way down the field and went for it on 4th and 1 at the 12-yard line. And then 2nd goal at the 5. Derek Johnson makes his beautiful deflection up in the air. Eric Berry interception. Sweet. That's a sweet interception. But the Chiefs offense just goes into cocoon, just goes and hides. I mean, Chiefs offense went so conservative after Spencer Ware's fumble. Marty Schottenheimer would even have to say, quite frankly, at this time and juncture, why are you so conservative? Because I was wondering, this isn't the Chiefs' strength. The Chiefs' strength is West Coast offense. Just keep doing it. You were attacking the Jets secondary. You were exploiting their holes in the defensive backfield by, like I said, putting Kelce out wide. You should have just kept attacking and attacking and attacking. But for some reason, with the Chiefs up 17-3, Andy Reid was just going to hold on to that and not do much. The Chiefs had one successful drive in the second half after Spencer Ware's fumble, which ended on the 39-yard line of the Jets early in the 4th quarter when Spencer Ware was stuffed on a 4th and inches. He was stuffed for a loss. That was the only drive after Spencer Ware fumbled with 7 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. And the Chiefs should have kept exploiting the Jets secondary, but they just freaking quit. And they put all the pressure on the Chiefs defense to make plays. And thank God they made the plays. And, I was impressed. Like I said, Steve Nelson on the 2nd interception to Berry, if you see the replay again, he really stepped in front of that pass, or he stepped into that pass and helped deflect it up to Marcus Peters at that time, who made a 2nd interception. But major props to the secondary. I mean, you can't, it's hard to intercept it's hard to get 6 interceptions in a game. 6 freaking interceptions in a game, and 5 interceptions the last 5 times the defense had the field ending the Jets' drives. Major freaking props. But like I said, let's remember who we are. We're supposed to be a high fly. We're supposed to, I don't know if I want to say high flying, scoring 30 points a game offense, but you had the Jets secondary on the ropes. Conley was eating up Revis, and Kelsey was having a hell of a game. For some reason, when Spencer Ware, they ruled out a fumble, that Chiefs offense just quit. Can't do that going forward. Can't do that going forward. We got a big game next week, Sunday night prime time in Pittsburgh. The Steelers just got their asses handed to them, 34-3 in Philadelphia. So, you know, they're going to be a little bitter coming home in primetime game. But so let's hope the Chiefs step up offensively and keep the pressure on. I know a lot of people may say, hey, Shaggy, you know, that was a problem when the Chiefs lost to the Indianapolis Colts. They probably just should have sat on it. Yeah, but my rebuttal to that would be, not when it's only 17-3, because that's a 2-score game. The Jets could have easily went down the field and got 1 touchdown, got back in the game, could have had all the momentum. But again, major fucking props to this defense, man. Major props to 56. Derek Johnson making a sweet interception, returning that sucker 50 yards down the field for a touchdown. Freaking sweet. I'm sure proud of these guys. Proud of this defense. They look like they got their heads together since the first half of the Chargers game and portions of the third quarter of that game as well. So, you know, like I said, the Steelers game's a big game next week. It's I'm going to go ahead and say right now the best teams in the AFC right now are the Patriots and the Broncos. Patriots and the Broncos are the best teams right now after 3 weeks of the season, because Belichick can start anybody at quarterback and still kick anybody's ass. Their quarterback that they started this week for Set's hurt, and they're probably going to bring in Matt Castle. I'm just guessing. They could bring in anybody, Damon Heward, Steve Berg, and they'd probably still put up 20 points over the opponent that they're playing next week, because they only got 1 game before Tom Brady comes back. And let's face it, guys, Simeon of the Broncos threw for over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns today. We're still chasing Denver. Oakland, they're a young, hungry team, so you can't count out the Broncos either. I mean, the Raiders. So we got to stay with Denver, because Denver's showing, hey, we're not a fluke. Peyton Manning's gone, doing commercials. He's retired. They're rallying around Trevor Siemian and that stud defense, the quick defense that the Broncos have. So the Chiefs have to keep playing inspired ball. They have to keep playing smart ball. They have to keep playing strong ball. They can't quit offensively. They got to stay focused. They got to stay at the team. They can't lose sight of their identity. They're not a conservative, sit on the clock type of team that's going to sit on a 14-point lead, because that's just not how the Kansas City Chiefs are. They need to keep passing the ball. They need to keep using the strengths of this West Coast offense and keep getting first downs. Let's move the chains. Alex Smith ain't going to throw 50-yard bombs. He's just going to have to move the chains. And that was the most disappointing thing about today's win, is the fact that they just quit offensively, and they didn't need to do that. Was it awesome to see the Chiefs defense step up? Yeah, it was freaking awesome, but it didn't need to be done that way. Come on, offense, get it together. But major props to the defense. Let's have DJ White play. I'd love to see DJ White take Philip Gaines' spot. I know I said last week it needs to be Kenneth Acker. I'll take Kenneth Acker, DJ White, anybody over Philip Gaines. Philip Gaines doesn't use his hands. And DJ White, if you saw his last interception with 2 minutes, the last of the 6 interceptions the Chiefs had with 2 minutes left in the game, DJ White's first ever NFL interception. If you saw that interception, you would see what the Chiefs have in a 6th round draft pick in DJ White. He's the reason why the Chiefs were able to push off other defensive backs. He was the reason why we traded Marcus Cooper, and he's the reason why we let go of other players that weren't good enough to make the team. We need to get Philip Gaines off the field, get DJ White or Kenneth Acker out there to play, because DJ White has got some skills. Go back and watch the interception again of DJ White. And to reiterate my point that I made it last week, Frank Zombo is not a pass rusher. He's a great special teams guy, but he's not a pass rusher. We need to get him on special teams. Back in the day, when the Chiefs had awesome special teams players, you didn't see him on the field much. Like, you only saw him on special teams. When Derek Thomas got hurt, you didn't see Greg Minuski out there playing. When Andre Rison got hurt, you didn't see Danon Hughes stepping in and starting. Your special teams guys are your special teams guys. Keep them as special teams. Zambos was a great special teams player. let's keep him on special teams. We need to get Daddy Nicholas into the game in pass rushing situations more than Zombo. Zombo creates no pass rush. Zombo creates no threat of getting to the quarterback whatsoever. None. Let's get Daddy Nicholas on the field. These guys are steals. DJ White, who got the last interception, and Daddy Nicholas can play some freaking defense. Like I said last week, Daddy Nicholas has got a great first step. I said his stats last week. He was phenomenal in preseason. He's there dressed. He's waiting to play. Let's get Daddy Nicholas on the field. Great win today. Props to Emmett Thomas and Al Harris, the Kansas City Chiefs secondary coach. Props to DJ, Derek Johnson, with a big 50-yard interception return. He wasn't going to be denied. He was rumbling and dumbling down the field. He got his ass in the end zone. Next Sunday night, prime time in Pittsburgh. Let's show them that we're in business. Let's show Pittsburgh that we're coming. Let's show Pittsburgh that we're no fluke. Let's be 3-1 at the bye. Next Sunday in Pittsburgh on prime time, NBC. The Kansas City Chiefs go into Pittsburgh and take it. Pittsburgh, you're next on the schedule. Here comes the Kansas City Chiefs. Until next time, I'm Shaggy Shane saying, go Chiefs.